And here in this clip, we have what looks like an exotic dancer dressed in the usual sort of slave dancing girl outfit you might see in something like Star Wars or such. She has earrings, she has bands, and she has what looks like a neck lengthening collar around her neck. I'm not sure what you call those, but given her physique, she might actually be of a similar people to Mira's, but that is just speculation. Granted, we do see another woman who looks a lot like this, so for all we know, this could actually be the leader of a society doing a sort of ritual, but I admit it seems a little unlikely. Alright, and now we get to our most ambiguous creature of the season. At least the one shown in the trailer so far. Here we have Fang just as she is clawed by the massive paw of a mammalian creature. And whatever this creature is, it must be strong because, ooh, that looked like it hurt. Now, we do not see any part of this animal aside from its claws, but it has a very distinct look about them, which leads me to believe that Fang is squaring up against a prehistoric bear. In this case, I believe a giant short-faced bear, or forgive me if I'm butchering the pronunciation, an Archaeopterygium. Also known as the largest mammalian land predator to ever exist during the Ice Age. And if this is the case, this would actually be a very historic matchup because, as I'm sure you all know, the Tyrannosaurus Rex was the largest saurian predator of North America during the Age of Dinosaurs, and the giant short-faced bear was the largest mammalian predator, at least on land anyway, of the Ice Age. So we actually have two top North American predators squaring off in a duel here. Specifically, each of them from different times. The Age of Dinosaurs and the Age of Mammals. So all I can say is I am really looking forward to this fight. And of course, my mind's on Fang all the way. Though I have a feeling this bear could put up a real heck of a fight. And here's the clip that had a lot of people concerned. And I'm not going to lie, I was one of them. As you can see here, we see Spear riding up a Fang, and they both have quite a few arrows sticking out of them. And pretty soon Spear's going to have even more. Now, some people have theorized that this could actually be the end of Spear and Fang, but I disagree. Given how tough these two are, these are more likely flesh wounds to them. And besides, even though we understand that death is just a part of Primal, it feels kind of anticlimactic, if you will, for their story to end with them being just peppered with arrows like this. So, as gruesome as it is, I'm pretty sure these two will actually come out of this conflict alright. Interesting enough, this could actually lead to an inversion of what we saw in Scent of Prey, where after Fang was nearly killed by the ape-men, Spear had to nurse him back to health. In this case, Fang might actually have to nurse Spear back to health with the help of Mira, because we do see that Spear honestly gets the shorter end of the stick in this scene here. But anyway, we'll just have to wait and find out, won't we? Okay. Now, referring back to the Archelon, the giant sea turtle I was talking about earlier, this is what I was referring to. As we can see here, we can see Spear and Fang on what looks like a raft that Spear has made himself. But the thing that's noticeable to me is they're moving out a great distance, but there's no noticeable propeller or way that Spear is making the raft move at such a speed, which leads me to believe that they're either on a really fast current, they're following the after effects of a wave, or they're being pulled by something. And if I'm putting my money on it, that something would be the Archelon we saw earlier. But anyway, we'll just have to wait and see if I'm right or wrong about this. But you heard it here first, T-Rexcellent fans. Okay, and here we have Spear impaling an archer while his two friends watch. Now, we haven't seen humans quite like these ones before, specifically ones with such pointy hats, and I'm hesitant to try and figure out exactly what sort of nation or tribe they belong to, as, once again, it's just not my forte. But the big thing that gets me about this is not what we see, but what we aren't seeing. You notice these guys are on a arching platform that historically you might see on the back of a large animal like an elephant. Specifically, this scene reminds me of the war elephants from the Lord of the Rings series that Sauron forces had. Or something you'd see from the Para world where you had archers mounted on the back of animals like stegosauruses and saltosauruses, having these little platforms the archers would stand on. So, very, very interesting. I wonder what creature could actually be, the transport for these archers. Because whatever it is, it must be something pretty big, because we cannot see any noticeable ground anywhere in this scene. But we'll see, won't we? Alright, now here's a big one. Spear and Fang captured in iron bars. And as we can see, Spear is trying to break out and it's just not working. And we know both Spear and Fang have been captured because we can clearly see Spear here. But if you look off into the left, you can just see what looks like Fang's body in the corner over there. It can be a little bit difficult, but I do believe it is her. So at the very least, they're both together. And I have a feeling they'll figure their way out of this. They always do.